Hey, what is going on, everybody? How you all doing out there? Prick known. What is going on? House of X. Big Magneto Wags fan in the house. What is up? And none other than one of my favorite people in all of MCoC, Eris, and then followed up by another one of my favorite people in all of MCoC, Shibby. What is going on, y'all? How y'all doing out there? We're gonna be getting started quite a bit earlier. Well, I don't know. Let's go with quite a bit earlier than we've been doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays with this live stream. And I tell you guys what I'm thinking. And it is what it is. My youngest is sick. School is back in session for a week and 1 day, and we've already got sickness running through the house. God, it's great to be back. So my wife and I were able to work together. My wife is staying home for a few minutes to help take care of our youngest, and I'm letting you all know that for a couple of reasons. One is I'm a little distracted at the moment. I'm not in the best of spaces, and that's fine. We'll get through this. We'll have some fun. We'll use revives if we need to. That's fine. That's how the game's played. That's why they are there. But also, if somehow I do need to go out of nowhere, I apologize now. But I did at least want you to know. And then anyone, again, as usual, as we've been doing at the advice of my Discord server, and I can see people watching back the streams a lot after they are over, I will go and I will put the timestamps in for anything interesting that comes up or something I want to call out in particular topics or whatever. And then, of course, any objectives that we get to today. So that's where we're at. That's how we're doing. Fight is great. Good luck. I was able to see a couple. Let's see. Who did I watch? I think I watched Noob yesterday. I think I saw Sim do some, I think maybe with Toad. And then it's an SOS day. I had to watch my boy Karate Mike in his top 10s, right? In fact, I think I had that on while I was doing a bit of driving yesterday. So I'm not actually watching, I am listening because I am a responsible driver. I'm actually not kidding. I'm one of those people who's like, I will not respond to a text message while I'm driving. I'm sorry, that just will not be happening today. And so I was listening to that though. I enjoy downloading these messages and doing all that stuff. This is also like a nice little way to warm up for me. It looks like I was doing a little event quest. I'm hoping I can 100% it and get that stuff done. It's fun. It's fun to go out there and just do stuff like this with Luke Cage, and then do the gauntlet there. And get my, what do you call that stuff? The Ascension Dust, I think is what it's called. Come on, Toad. I don't understand why everyone likes Toad so much. It's like probably one of my biggest MCoC pet peeves is the enjoyment people get out of Toad. Because they seem to be like, he's a really good champion. And I'm like, don't lie to me. I have eyes and thumbs. I don't like them. What's up, Pablo? How you doing, buddy? You know what? I'm just gonna say it. Nichols, I really enjoy interacting with you, and I gotta say, I believe I have no clue how to say your name. And so I'm half apologizing, but also admitting that's why I probably never say it, and I am sorry. What's up, Oracle? How you doing? Eris, I knew you'd have my back. Knew you'd be with me. I knew someone would. Thank you very much. Toad is fun. No, he's not. He's a great skill against skill champions. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Yeah, that is not wrong. I don't remember this fight at all. I don't care to go back and try to remember it. We'll just, like I said, we're warming up my thumbs. We're warming up in general here, so we can go and bring the smack down. And for those of you who are like, why are you calling him Giganto Cutie? So my Discord server has been around long enough where I've realized that like some of the people who literally were part of like the bedrock foundation, setting it up, like early moderators, early contributors to, wow, this guy is just dancing around. He is all about big movements, lots of light, almost like a horse with a hammer that shoots lightning. But there are people like that, who are just like, I mean, I hate the term, but it's true. Celebrities on my Discord server, that people who are now on my Discord server, they don't even know, right? This happened the other day. And one of them is Nerd. Love nerd, phenomenal battlegrounds planner. I hate that I started off with that because he's a phenomenal young man, brilliant, very, very kind, always kind to me, just wanted to be helpful. Just totally everything I'm about and this channel is about. And he really liked Mole Man, and he called the monster, I think his name is Giganto, right? And he called him Giganto Cutie. We got a little emoji on the server and stuff like that. You can tell it's early. You can tell I did not sleep well. You can tell I've had a lot of coffee. So I'm a little bit more emotional than normal. Almost got misty-eyed there, talking about a young man who's living his life. We love nerd. Yeah, Eris, I know you knew exactly what I was talking about. We're talking about Toad, and somehow Vega is the toxic one. Hey, you take that back, Pablo, although you're probably right. That's fine. Nobody knows how to say it. I apologize. I'm just going to go with Nichols, and if that's bothersome, you let me know. All right. All right. Let's do this, dude. Let's do this. From what I recall of learning about this fight, he being Mole Man is stun immune. And I think Tranquility is on this, so that's obviously adding to the difficulty. Hubris, that word, it's a loaded term in MCoC. Hubris is like a loaded term. A few people know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go through explaining it, and I apologize. It's always annoying when someone shares an inside joke. The defender reduces all incoming damage by 90%. That's a lot. When the defender activates a special attack, this damage reduction is disabled. When the defender finishes a special attack, they take a burst of damage equal to 350% of the damage that they took during their special attack. All right, cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if there's going to ever be a champion with an ability like this, because this isn't a pure power sting. After the damage is applied, the damage reduction is reactivated. I found if I do like a dramatic announcer voice, I pay a little more attention to the note. All right, cool. So, okay, so that's why everyone was using the damage over time stuff, which is a little tougher to do against Mole Dude, right? I think you'd get him into his frenzy, and then he won't get rid of that stuff. And then you want him to throw his specials. Yeah, I think I've got a basic understanding of that. Gifted ability accuracy. The defender's ability accuracy is increased by 200%. There's probably a reason for that I don't know well enough with Mole Man's kit, or that's not shouting out to me, or we're going to see something in a follow-up note here. While the defender standing fear, while close to the defender grants a fatigue debuff every 3 seconds, reducing their critical. While close to the defender gains a fatigue buff. What? While close to the defender gains a fatigue debuff every 3 seconds, reducing their critical rating. But staying away from the defender causes these. What am I missing there? I'm clearly missing something. I'll read the chat because I can see y'all typing, and I'm sure you guys will be like, that's what it means. Spite. While opponents have active buffs, this champion activates. Okay, so that's cool. That's why there was some concern about him going to SB3, but that actually helps you get his power going. You need him to throw specials. Tranquility. Every 25 seconds, all buffs and debuffs are removed from both champions, and both champions are reset to 0 power. This is a great time to just kind of remember. It's something I'm going to continue to work on, is ensuring that people know that debuffs and passives are two totally different things. The insignia, the little legend, looks similar, but there's no such thing as a passive debuff as far as the terminology of Kabam is concerned. So this is not affecting passives, which again, I can understand why a lot of people were saying they liked their SIG 200 Kushala over their low SIG Kushala. We'll go over that a little bit because I have a low SIG 7-star rank 3 Kushala that might not work quite as well on this. Immune to stun. All right, that'll actually be helpful with Kushala, I believe. And that's, that's kind of, you're not stunning Mole Man too much anyways. And then Bubble Shield. Okay, I can see why that was working against. I did catch a little bit of K-Mike's stream yesterday, and I he was having a good giggle about that. All right, I feel like I basically got this. This isn't, I like this. There's some notes here. This feels There's one or two more than I would normally want in like a Crucible sort of scenario, but I think for Summer of Sorrow, this is fair. This is good. Not this feels complex without being, you know, too much. All right, let's catch up on chat just a little bit. What's up, Misty? Thank you so much for being here. Toad is good for this fight. Don't get mad at me. I'm always mad at you, Pablo. That's the secret. I can't stay mad at you. I can't stay mad at you, Bobo. There's no way. You good. I got you. I did get the pronunciation correct. All right, cool. Thank you. That's awesome. Does the CCP ever get taken into account? I don't know, man. Yeah, I think a little bit. You know what? Let's take a second and talk. We're going to take one, if you guys will give me a minute here. Give me a minute. I want to write this down because I think this is worthy of a timestamp. 1216 CCP Input. All right, so I've been asked, does the CCP's input ever get taken into account? And I'm going to do my best to kind of answer this without obviously breaking my NDA and all that stuff, because I actually do think this is important. And I'm not going to pretend that the Serpent rebalance news didn't come. We're not going to do that, okay? I'm aware of it. I don't think I want to spend much time on it in the stream. I do have limited time today and that sort of thing. And you can see from the poll, I've asked if people want my opinions in a video. Does it get taken into account? I think it's constantly being taken into account. Now, as far as, is Kabam reading it? Are they watching it? Are they considering it? Are they considering where it's come from? Are they working that into decisions they make in the game? I think they are, because my sense, and you guys know me, like, you can see videos of me criticizing Kabam. You can see videos. One of my favorite videos I ever made, I am literally making fun of them. It is full on satire, right? It's the Cabro video with the Baron Nemo. That's a mashup we need. The Baron Zemo nerf or whatever, right? I just had so much fun making it. I loved it. It was great. That doesn't mean, though, even though I think Kabam is doing all those things, that doesn't mean they're going to do what we say. And one of the things about a well-run CCP and a group that you're getting information from is it's covering a variety of players, not only like the way they think and the way they're playing the game, but like what level are they playing the game at? Are they playing high tier war? Are they playing low war? Are they not doing war at all? Battlegrounds, arena, you all can follow through. You know the game. I don't need to mention every single mode of the game. And so for me, right, like the way I run my business, the way I run my life, and honestly, it's worked out exceedingly well, is I love having people around who will disagree with me. I don't want to fight with them. What I want to do is take their advice and their opinion. I need to remember where they come from, what's their experience. And then when I'm making my decision, it doesn't mean I'm going to do what they said, but at least I can learn, hey, this person with this point of view may respond this way to what I'm saying. Here's how I can formulate better what I'm thinking, or how, if I want to try to be helpful to them, I can understand better where they're coming from. And I truly believe that Kabam, especially lately, is doing some version of that. I definitely do not agree with literally everything they do, but I very much believe that they are looking at the feedback. Trust me, they are getting constructive criticism, and not just from me, from a variety of people on that server, and I believe that they are taken into account. I hope that answers your question. I think it was important, though, to kind of address that sort of thing. Weapon X. Oh, we'll definitely do Weapon X in. If you don't like Toad, Danny works. Oh, I do have a good. I enjoy myself some Danny. Mutants won't reduce the purify chance. Thank you, Misty. I knew that. I was like, there's a reason. Someone smart will know what the reason for that part of the note is. I appreciate you telling me what it is. Okay, and Pablo's saying it too. Okay, cool. I did try to spam. Can't get it down from the other objectives, though. All right, Nacho. Well, let's go. Let's start with the other objectives, then. What's that, Renzo? Perfect time for a stream. Awesome. Great to hear that, Let's fan. You rarely are available when I'm streaming, so this is awesome. Also, to note, Trenchkiller removes debuffs, not purify. Okay. I did this undupe Kushala and wish I had the passwords for sure. Yeah. Okay. I am trying to quickly move through the chat. No, Gonzo, dude, that's one of the things. Like, I'll tell people, like, hey, I can't answer this question right now very well, like in the comment section of my YouTube video, or even sometimes like in my Discord. I'll be like, this is going to get tough. There's too much nuance over text, because that's essentially texting, in my opinion. And show up to a stream, ask me. Like, for me, this is very much where we should be discussing this stuff. And that's why when you see me make a video off of something I did in a stream, I'm not going to promise I will always do it, but I am always making my best effort to go back and like edit that sort of, like, I'll edit this out if I made this into a video. Ain't no one need to hear me say this in a video, but right now I'm getting to talk to you. And I think that's really, really cool. And you're getting a chance to directly ask me a question. And I think that's really, really cool. That's one of the reasons why I love streaming. What's up, Jay Will? Lasso, what's up, dude? Love that name. All right, let's roll. Let's go. Let's do this. We said that we would not do Spider-Ham first. We sounding like can't think of his name. Smeagol. I'm Smeagol now. We said. All right. Let's do this in mutant size medium. All right. And again, it's streaming and all that good stuff. I am not sweating solos or anything like that. I will try. I will be trying here. But we're here to have a good time. We're here to hopefully learn and do all that good stuff that people do on streams, and kind of basically talk about the stuff that we were just talking about. Size medium. Why can't I find it? There we go. Now, I think MCoC Noob showed Iceman, and he was talking about it in Mike's stream the other day. So if you have like a highly ranked Iceman and you don't have some of these other options, make sure you check out MCoC Noob. If a moderator could link either the video or his channel in the chat, I'd appreciate it. I also have a feeling literally everyone watching knows who MCoC Noob is, but just in case there's someone out there who doesn't, I think it's important that they find out. So I want to try this Wolverine Weapon X just because I love playing him so much. So let's give this a go. We're gonna have to get a feel of the flow of the fight and stuff like that. For Danny, Pablo, that's who I watched. MCoC Grass. So if someone is able to link Grass's channel as well and his video on it, and I can go and try to take a look myself. He did it with Danny, and yes, it's SP1s over and over. He talked about the strategy of the fight. Brilliant channel, brilliant player. Really, really, really like Grass a lot. What's up, Larry? Thanks for being here, bud. What's up, Barrett? All right. So I'm not going to myself in the notes. We're just going to kind of familiarize myself with this. I do need to pay a bit more attention than I normally pay for a fight. I'm still trying to figure out what the fatigue is. Is that just purely... The reason why I'm struggling to figure out why there's the fatigue is it feels like it is purely helping you. Because it helps you get him into frenzy. And I'm okay with that. I'm just wondering if there's a negative to it that I'm missing. Okay, so I wasn't in my rage, so that was not good. Hit me, dude, hit me. Okay, cool. He's like, I'll hit you. You crazy, but I'll hit you. All right. I think I got this down pretty well. Huh? Stream elements timed out Oracle? I think something went wrong. And you know what the worst part is? I can't even see that on my side. Oracle should not have been timed out, and I literally can't even see it. Oracle, I'm sorry. I hope you're still here. So I got a, I think it was Heinz, if I remember correctly, gave me a tip through Stream Elements, which is awesome. Like, I appreciate all support, financial, chatting, hanging out, everything. But took the time to actually go to Stream Elements and do the tip through their tipping system, which means significantly more funds actually go to, in this case, me or to the YouTuber. And the alert didn't show up on my screen, but fortunately it showed up in the chat. So I appreciated that a ton. But Oracle, I apologize. Hopefully you never left and you could hear me. But there is stuff like this that's popping up with Stream Elements. I'll try to spend some time tonight trying to go over. Maybe I have a weird setting that says you can't say hello to S.O.S fan. I mean, I'm looking at the deleted message and it says hello. Oh, you know what? I bet you they have some sort of very strict setting for there's probably some weird setting for words that combined with fan. I'm sure you all can get where I'm going with it. I have a feeling that's probably what it is. All right. Zode, what's up, dude? Old man easy. How you doing? Thanks for shouting out Rintra on the how to fight serpent video. I really want that to hopefully be as helpful as possible to everybody. A lot of folks on my Discord server put in a lot of input there on how to format that video so that it was very clear it had the intention of being helpful. And you know, one of the hardest things about how to fight videos is okay, this isn't okay, we got out. It's trying to make them evergreen, you know? And that's the kind of thing that could do that. Don't like how he's being so passive. All right, dude. Let's go. Come on. Okay. I feel like he should have taken quite a bit more damage there. Oh, it's after the... Okay, I get it now. This is an interesting one. I feel like I'm trying to decide if this is one of those things where I should just like not worry about playing Weapon X quote unquote properly, like keeping his rage stacks going. And just kind of concentrate a bit more on tranquility, because that right there is obviously where this goes sideways for you. And then you're sitting here doing this. There's a little bit of strategy I'm struggling to figure out. If I don't figure it out in the fight, that's fine. We'll get to the chat and see if you all know it a little bit. I mean, this feels like, you know, if I just start off saying I don't care about... If I don't care about soloing, this will work. You know, this is solid, right? Like... Come on, bro. Dude, stop being a jerk. Oh, what a jerk! He was about to lose all his power. He wouldn't throw, and he was about to lose all of his power, and he waited till there was like, what, maybe a 1/10 of a second there, where he had the SP3, and Tranquility hadn't fully kicked in. That was, you're no cutie. You're no cutie at all. The 4BG's boys told you the word Toad. I know, but I don't like Toad. So I'm kind of like excluding Toad. He's not part of the group. You know. How's Weapon X doing? I think this can definitely happen. What's weird is I could swear I saw going through Discord or line chats, and I'm wondering if it was bugged, a video of Weapon X just exploding Mole Man, and there was only like 4 bleeds on. I have a feeling it was a bugged interaction or something. Heinz is the GOAT? Absolutely. I mean, my 6-star R1 Toad, this only slightly slower, I will not lie. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bud. I'm trying to be cheeky. The Toad obviously works. I just don't want to use him. And we may get there. You may see me in like 10 minutes be like, okay, Toad, you're my favorite. The focus is more on baiting consistent special ones and not worrying too hard about Weapon X. That's what I'm thinking too, Nichols. Just enjoy the safety net of the regen. Yeah, that's kind of, as I was going to the flow of it, I was like, I think this is less about playing Weapon X's rotations and stuff well. It's about just doing my best to keep up bleeds if I can. And then I see what you're saying. A couple times I didn't bait early enough, and I think that's where I got in a little bit of trouble. Eris is back. Don't worry, dude. I don't really like Toad either. Good. I'm down for a 20-minute Weapon X solo. All right, let's see if we can do it, man. Let's see if we can do it. I also might even throw on boost because I have literally nothing else I use boost for. Which is a really weird thing that I'm still kind of getting used to. I might start slowly using boosts in war. So, do you use any boost in war, dude? As a serious question. For those who don't know, Zod and I are in the same alliance. I made the same mistake. First of all, going for the intercept was a terrible idea. Throw it. There you go. Yeah, this is very much a rhythm fight, isn't it? Why did I not? Okay, I mischarged my rage. Nugget! Is Nugget here? Yeah, there's Nugget. What's up, bud? In war, I do if I have them expiring. I might have to start doing that. How's it going today? We're having a good time, Nugget, man. We're having a good time. We're having some fun. Getting in the flow of this fight. I feel like I'm getting it. It's a bit. It's tricky. I like this fight. As of right now, I really like this fight. Renzo, you use Weapon X too. Did you try to play Weapon X? Obviously, we're not trying to play Weapon X poorly. What I mean by that is like I'm finding that I don't know if necessarily concentrating on my rage stacks and all that is nearly as important as more trying to do what was advised earlier, bait the SB1s and try to get that sort of thing going. The other thing that happened there is obviously I ran out of space. Not being able to hit Moleman's block, it's not helpful. I don't think I should go for medium intercepts anymore unless I'm just feeling overly aggressive. That was obviously a massive mistake. It really feels like just this is the way to go. I think we found. Oh no, that's an accidental striker. Come on, dude. That's a bad mistake. Yeah, okay. One little mistake can really set you aside. We actually had a great setup there. Recram, I might move over to that, buddy. I'm having fun just doing trying to use my boy Wolverine Weapon X. I think we can get this done. We'll try for like, I don't know, another 10 minutes, and if it's just not happening, we'll move over to Dan. I saw someone did put out Grass's video, right? Thank you very much, Pablo. I appreciate you doing that. What's up, K-Dog? How you doing, bud? Yes. Kushala can be fantastic. The dupe is going to help you out significantly, like Nike was saying, because that's going to help her land the passives, right? Her passives. And we went over that earlier. I think it's really important. Everyone help out the MCoC community. Understand and learn that passives are not debuffs. We sometimes even like I'll accidentally say like a passive stun or whatever, and it's misleading. It can send people down the wrong lane. Okay, let's go. Come on. Nice 5-hit combo into block with bubble shield. Gotta love it. You gotta love this kind of thing. Okay. I feel like this whole like beginning is just pure fight setup. Man. There's another accidental striker. One day, my friends, I will get myself a new streaming phone. Today is not that day. I was really hoping he'd throw it. It's alright. Keep cool. Keep cool, man. Man, the accidental strikers are going to be the death of me today, aren't they? He really got his money's worth on that hit of those hits into the block. All right, come on. Come on. Yeah, get some. Come on, Bane. We are not winning the health race. For those of you who can't see health bars. This felt like a good run, too. Come on. I didn't need to do that. I wanted to do that. I didn't need to do that. We'll give this one more good go. We'll see how we can do. Clears the block waiting, but so what would you do instead? That's what I want, because that's where I agree. I'm losing a ton of health through that. There was also he went unblockable. I forgot about bubble shield, and so that took off a ton, and I didn't heal it back up because I wasn't in rage. That's a basic, so he gains power. All right, we'll try that. All right, I'm hoping to get just one off. This is a much faster start. Stupid striker. I hate it. I'm like tempted to remove it. I see what you're saying, Nichols. Thank you. Another accidental striker. That's fun. Come on, dude. Come on. We should have a counter for accidental strikers. This great run is probably just ruined. Not gonna give up, but that did not help. Just trying to create space there. I feel like I need to create space. That's really frustrating. Yeah, I think that felt like a pretty good run for me. There was a couple of mistakes, and instead of like reviving and all that, I think let's move on, because I do want to at least try a couple of objectives so we can get through it. If you hit him very lightly after the special, then you can get a hit in before the hubris damage applies, make it a lot faster. All right, I'll give that a try. I am going to move off Weapon X, though. But, so after the special, all right, we'll see what we can do. For opening stacks to give him power, punish the specials. This fight is mostly just about getting the flow down rather than I need to do more damage. It took me quite a few tries before I got it down, and ended up trying quite a few different champs. I've never been so glad to play on an iPad as while hearing you hit the strike. Dude, I've had so many accidental strikers. What's up, buddy? Well, thanks for being here, DLL. We'll move to Danny, to that young girl, Danny. I'm gonna go back. I swear I saw a video of Weapon X doing this, and it took like 30 seconds. So I need to go back and analyze that video. Either I don't know, I missed something. I clearly missed something, either in the editing or in the strategy. Oh, MCoC Encyclopedia. What's up, buddy? It's a weapon 3. It's a weapon 3. It's a weapon 3. It's a rank 3 weapon X. I'm not getting lag, fortunately. Oh man, easy. I know that's not what you're saying. You're just saying on your situation you get lag, but I'm not getting lag. At least I don't feel like I am. I'm just accidentally hitting the striker a lot. Oh, you know the video. Okay, it was Liam. I thought it was Liam, but I didn't want to say anything in case it wasn't. You know exactly. Okay. Okay, thanks, MCoC Encyclopedia. All right, so I'm sure this will take me a few times to get down the rhythm of it, but I think Danny's gonna be a good option. I really don't want to use Toad, which is funny considering that DLL's not here. He's like one of the biggest Toad fans in the world, but I don't hold that against him. More accidental strikers. If we live, obviously this won't end up being a great run, but I want to practice. So we're gonna stick with this just for practice, getting this fight down with Danny instead of Weapon X. And because I know this won't be a phenomenal run, I feel very okay saying I want to make sure everyone knows my accidental striker issue. This is not a Kabam issue. I'm not speaking negatively on them. This is me. I use a different phone for streaming than I do for regular play. It's slightly smaller, and also this is me just not being totally familiar with streaming. Like I need to stream more and this will happen less. I've been through this every time I don't stream and then I start streaming again. So this should get better. And then the last thing is, as streaming, my phone is actually physically connected to the OBS. And so there's actually a wire on one side of the screen. I'm not trying to say it's heavy, but what I am saying is that it is increasing the weight of the screen on one side. So I'm holding my phone at more of an angle. And that is definitely contributing to the accidental striker. So it's just about getting used to it. I do think getting the same phone, again, just accidental striker. I do think getting the same phone that I use when I play without streaming will be helpful. And I'll eventually get that. I might just wait for the new iPhone to come out, use the new iPhone as my regular game phone, and then move my current regular game phone to the streaming phone. Oh, Nichols, maybe that's what it is. Okay. I think there was a bug at release where he took a ton of damage after he threw the SP3, so you could survive in SP3 that you... Okay. That could be it too. And that's definitely something that Weapon X could survive. This is pretty right. This is... DL, I can't tell if you're talking to me and I'm not getting the joke. No, I did not try Iceman. Get the 5 arrows before the SP1. Yes. Can you try Iceman and Wiccan? I can. Let me get this one down, and then we'll go for a some other tries. Thank you, Papa. I have a video like on how to use Stealth Spidey. I do not. You can find one. When I think of Stealth Spidey, I almost immediately go to Karate Mike. I'm sure he still really loves the champion, but he did a lot of videos on him. I'm wondering how much of that was line videos, because I was in For Loki at that time with him. But I'm pretty sure he did a lot of like YouTube videos. I was talking to you, just shaming you for body shaming Toad. I'm not body shaming the man. That's not okay. That's not okay. I'm just saying he sucks. This is a longer standing thing between me and DOL. It's fun. It is fun. All right. So here we go. This is our first, like, I think legit real go here. Whatever. Every time you guys see the striker, just know that it's probably 90% chance an accident. I'm gonna stop calling it out because it's getting annoying to me. Like, we're spending a lot of time doing 0 damage, but I'm trying to fight the temptation to hurry up the fight, because we're obviously winning it right now, so. There we go. It did feel good to get that special off, though. Come on, buddy. That was dumb. Why'd I do that? I had a great run going. Accidental striker, got frustrated, and threw the heavy. That's totally my fault. All right, man. Damn it. See if I can time this. Yeah, I slowed down too much, and he was on to me. Oh, that is so annoying, because that was a great run. That's really annoying. I'm actually annoyed. You think his SP1 is a lick, right? You're talking about Toad? Yeah, Toad's definitely designed to disgust you. Kind of like the way Negasonic Teenage... I'm going to call her Warrior, and I'm doing it on purpose this time. It's designed to annoy people of my age. Like, if you're annoyed by her and her animations, it might be a sign you're getting old. Lord of Thunder, what's up, buddy? For looks, Danny versus Toad is a pretty big mismatch. Yeah, in my book, you can't get it any farther apart in MCoC than Danny versus Toad if we're truly going on attractiveness levels. I find Stealthy as good as Shang-Chi. Yeah, Stealthy. I just don't. We don't have time for story time with Vega right now, I don't think. I have very particular reasons for not liking Stealthy that are really not Stealthy's fault at all. And let me get one more really good concentration run on, and then I'll take a break, and maybe we can do story time with Vega on why Stealthy is the worst thing that ever happened. And if I did see so, I believe my boy Campo is now here. And that is always something that makes me happy. In fact, I was so happy about it, I didn't even get out of the way of that. And you know, we're not gonna be silly. I want to get in a good run with Danny. What's up, Campo? Thanks so much for being here, bud. Would I be willing to try Toad? No. It's gonna be like when the kids ask their parents like how much farther, and the parents are like, I don't know. I just made a U-turn. Ask me again. See what happens. Hot take alert. How's Mole Man treating you? Like a big meaty. Actually, really well. I actually think we could have got him down with Wolverine Weapon X with probably a single revive, maybe two. And doing fine with Danny. I just keep having accidental strikers, which is again my fault. But if someone asks about Toad, I swear to God, I am going to go to your account and I'm going to delete your Toad. Both, yeah, the 6-star. I mean it. I will do it. And do not wonder if I have that sort of authority. I absolutely, definitely do not. All right, let's get a good run in. Come on. There you go. That's a good little moment. What was that? We might be at restart the phone time. I actually did mean that, Striker. The frustrating thing about Danny is the SP1s are your only source of the debuffs. Wait, no, why didn't those get turned into passives? So it's gonna happen again. Oh, okay, I thought I got the time right. That's good. That was nice. It feels like with Danny, you can end up in these weird situations where you can't really do damage. Just by, maybe with like a higher skill play. It feels like you just gotta accept that there may be some periods of time So like right there, I was so tempted to force to my SP1 because of the spite and all that. I'm gonna see if I can line this up again so that I throw the special tranquility triggers. Nope. See, like, I just feel like I'm in this really bad loop right now. Alright, maybe I will try Toad, but if someone's asked about Toad, it ain't happening. Trying to get this flat out removed, not appear. Okay, thanks, Eris. What's up, Renzo? They didn't turn it passive. Okay, thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. Probably not an old language issue for cigarette removal for any reason other than expiry. Just unsealed. Yeah, that's why I too demand compensation. No one asked about Toad. All right, we're gonna. Tranquility is bugged. It does the same thing to Onslaught and Toad. Oh. So wait, do we think that's a bug, or do we think this is how it should work? I just don't. Yes, it took about 7 minutes. It feels like Danny can, like, there's periods where you're just doing a ton of damage. And then there's a period, that's not a bug. Okay, thanks, DL. And then there's periods where, like, just because of the way Tranquility and you needing to throw your SP1, it's just not lining up. There's probably a skill way around it. We're going to try, let's try 2 more. And you all hold me to this. We're going to try 2 more runs with Danny. If I can't get it, then I only have a 6-star rank 4 Toad, I think. But we'll move on to Toad, and I will promise I'll boost and I will revive. And we will all get there as one big happy family. And I'll even get you ice cream when we arrive at Grandma's house. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Okay, this doesn't count. That doesn't count. No one saw that. No one saw that. No one saw that. 2 serious runs, and if I don't do it, we'll do Toad. Thanks, Eris. Come on, dude. Mole Man. This is an angry Mole Man. Even Mole Man's like, just use Toad. Terrible time to use. Oh, and the striker rears its ugly head. Although that may have been helpful to me. Uh-oh. Come on, dude. Yeah, I'm starting to force the issue. My thumb's getting tired. All right, this run's, I'm going to cancel this run instead of wasting all our time. So that was run 1. One more run with Danny, and then we'll move on. For clarity, it's not a bug with Toad or Onslaught. They clearly specify when kinds of... Okay. MSC, you need to use SP1 halfway through the chunk so the passive can stick. Ideally, use it prior to Monster Mash. If you use a Monster Mash, take multiple misses and then toss it on as soon as you can. Thanks. It's a strategy. I think you're describing essentially what I'm starting to try to do. And that will help with those like just dead periods, because I've actually had a couple of really good runs, but then I have what feels like 3 minutes of doing like nothing. And it's essentially that. It's the Tranquility. So I see what you're saying. Her SP1's long enough where it feels like that's something you could get used to. Thank you, MSG. I appreciate you stopping by and dropping some knowledge. Odysseus with the dino. What's up? Thanks for being here. R7 skills, dude. I tried Weapon X. We got it down to like 50%, but decided to move on. All right. And here we go. Last try with Danny. Last try. I promised. And I am a man of my word. Sit up straight. Crack the neck. Let's go. Yeah, you guys know what that was. Yeah, not gonna get there in time. I was hurrying because I wanted to get in the special. That's just me starting to get tired. We definitely have it. I said I would move on to Toad, though, so we'll move on to Toad. And then if I need to off stream, I'll come back and do this. I'm going to talk with the chat for a minute because my fingers are starting to actually hurt. Iceman is very easy. All right. If you want to do a different objective, Kushala is fun and decent easy. I said I would try Toad, so I will. Fair enough. I appreciate. Okay, I think you're talking to DLL. Spider-Ham was easiest. Yeah, someone said that, and then I said that we would save that for last. And it looks like we're probably not even going to get to it today, to be honest. I'm having fun just trying this stuff out. You can do it. Thank you, R7 Skills. I enjoyed using Mr. Negative for science objective. Just helpful tip. When the slow is up, you can safely hit his block. Ah, that's right. Thank you. What's that Blazer? Toad luck. Would an unawakened Wiccan work? I don't play Wiccan enough to remember off the top of my head what the transfer is with his awakened ability. I know it's one. If the opponent shock immune, turn it into a degen with the same potency. I would think so. Did anyone try Wiccan? I haven't tried Wiccan. You want the dupe for shock immunity, ideally. I don't think unawakened. Yeah, because without it, Mole's immune to shock, if I recall correctly. All right, we'll try Ghost, or not Ghost, stupid Toad. No one likes Toad. No one actually likes Toad, except for DLL. We'll do like 2 runs with Toad, and then we'll move on to one of the other objectives. That way, if anyone asks, I can at least speak on it. Like, I feel like I understand how to do this with Danny. I feel like I even understand how to do it with Weapon X. And I understand the fight a lot better. I have our rank 5 set on my free-to-play account. MSD, of course you would like Toad too. You're exactly the sort of rapscallion. I think so. I don't actually know what that word means, so if it's something horrible, I take it back. Akbar, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. He can do it unawakened, probably a bit slower. Wiccan? Mole shock me, and there's no way to get the plasmas. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, just, again, you know me, my whole point here is to one, have fun and entertain and be helpful while doing it. Those Danny fights, if I had tried Danny first before Weapon X, we would have gotten it down in probably like 20 minutes and moved on. I started pressing with Danny. My thumb is actually starting to hurt. I will admit it. And so play just started getting crappy and stuff like that. And but Danny can definitely do it. If you want to see evidence of a solo, it's Grass MCoC. I shout that channel out a decent amount, I think. Great channel, really smart player, and he's done. He has the solo. I think it took him like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. With Toad, just SP1s over and over, correct? I actually really don't even know how to play Toad. I truly dislike playing Toad. Thank you, Pablo, for sharing that. And in fact, we can pin that, and I think I can close this poll. It's an abundant, overwhelming 80%, which is always like one of those weird things when you ask your own audience if they want to see something. So I always have to keep that in mind. But 80% makes me feel pretty strongly that folks do want to see it. I do just want to let you guys know, you ain't going to hear any yelling or name calling from me. I know you're like, you never do that. Well, that's right. And I'm not. I do have my eye on it. My eyebrows are raised. And there will be a bit of a warning as far as like trying to give advice to Kabam on this. But I honestly, guys, I feel like they're on fire lately with the way they're treating us and everything. And I have a feeling everything I'll say in the video, they'll be like, yep, we know that. Yep, we know that. Or it'll be like, he just doesn't know something that we know. But we got it. We've taken care of it. So, all right. Give my thumb a minute to chill out. No, because, okay. And the stubborn person in me, and I know a lot of you will understand this completely, the stubborn player in me wants to go back and just keep doing this with Danny until I get it. I do believe I may have been joined on call by none other than the awesome Campo MC. Is that in fact accurate? Could that be confirmed or denied?
It depends if you can hear me or not, because I just reinstalled updates on Discord. So, hello?
The updates did work, my friend. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. It's pretty awesome to be like 1 p.m. Eastern and you're streaming and I happen to be free. So
that's how I feel right now.
Yeah. I'd love to check out some. I mean, it's pretty much right on cue that you're using Toad for pretty much the first time ever when I'm on call, because you know I've fought for this guy in the Illuminati for months now, right? So here we go. We're gonna see how good this guy actually is, or how bad. I don't know.
He sucks, Campo. Admit it.
He's special one spam, boring.
He's obviously good. There's a reason why, all jokes aside, because I should be clear, I think there's a reason why you've had, I think, 4 of the smartest players in the game all saying how much they like Toad. I think that means something.
Yeah, I did the Toad run of this yesterday, and it was he's probably the best person for it for medium mutant overall.
Oh, absolutely.
At least for this challenge. And it's interesting that he's come up a couple times, right? Because wasn't there like a Brotherhood of Mutants fight last time where he was pretty good for? So he comes up every once in a while for these challenges for sure.
I think that's why players like, again, being serious, and it's probably good to be serious for a while. I've been pretty cheeky for most of the stream. I think it's important to kind of say, I think that's why you're like really super smart players like him is he's I think he's nicely targeted at what he's supposed to do. And I think there's a reason why someone like me, like all jokes aside, I see his value and I really like him, but it feels like there's never this like big splash that someone like me tends to enjoy. And so therefore I'm like, yeah, he's good. I get it. And I see the value, but not for me, if that makes sense. And yet we're still talking about the exact same thing. Did you do this fight with Toad, by the way?
Yeah, I've done it with Kushala and Toad, and I'm trying to make Spider-Ham work, but I have a rank 1 7-star, and it's just, I keep messing up, because it's a long fight. But I did a pretty solid try with Toad and got a solo.
What I'm wondering is, how did you, the thing that started automatically happening here is I got cornered, which was not as big of an issue with Danny. Obviously she has the slow, so that's helping significantly. And with Wolverine Weapon X, I think his play style is just so aggressive. Was this just a one-off, I got cornered, or is there a certain thing maybe that's a little bit different using Toad versus the other champions in your opinion for this fight?
I think it's definitely possible to get cornered with whomever you're using, depending on what Mole Man wants to do. One thing that you can do is do a parry every once in a while, because you have a lot of charges on Bubble Shield, and hope that he baits a heavy, which will of course you just did it twice and he is not throwing the heavy. But I found doing that, especially early in the fight, to gain a little bit of ground is helpful. And then also when he's under a bar of power, if you dash back and do like a light intercept, that'll give you a little bit of the fields back that way. But otherwise it's kind of just throw your special one when you have it, bait his special one when he has it.
Yeah, I'm just getting backed up. I see what you mean. I'm so scared, and that might be something to get over. I'm so scared about intercepting him. I went for a few intercepts early in the stream, and I went for medium intercepts though. So that's obviously different than what you're saying. What, Toad? What was that all about? But again, the nature of a fight like this is, you can back out, you can try again. So maybe it's worthwhile to try that.
Yeah.
I will. So this is what, guys, again, on being totally serious with you all about it. Okay, that was just me forgetting about Bubble Shield. This is why I wanted to try a variety of options as opposed to just going with the easiest. And I appreciate that. I know all of you in the chat who are saying, like, try this, they're easiest or whatever. I know you're trying to be helpful to me. And I appreciate that a lot. I know I get where you're coming from. But I want to be able to talk to people and tell them, like, hey, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this. Here's the various ways. Right now, for certain, over the next 2 weeks, if someone comes to me and says, I'm not looking to solo, I just want to get the fight down efficiently, I will definitely say Toad. Like, I feel like with very simple play, I am doing the most consistent damage. There's very little windows of just doing nothing, which did happen with Weapon X and definitely happened with Danny. Would you kind of agree with that as far as like, if you want to hit consistent
he has
singles,
the most consistent dot, right?
Yeah,
the dot's like always there, and then even occasionally it's the passive poisons, which are even better. So yeah, it's just more consistent. And I'm doing the same thing because like everyone is saying Spider Ham's the way to go, and I actually was trying to make Spider Punk work, and it can work. It's not great though. So, but I may still be stubborn and try to make it work because I'm kind of like with you with Danny. It's like I'm seeing all the stuff with Spider Ham, and it's like I think there's a way to just bait a bunch of special ones and have him put ruptures on himself and let the ruptures tick away to make it work.
I think at some point too, like just annoyance comes in. Like I'm annoyed, you know, not at the fight. I'm annoyed at whatever. Did you see a DLL enjoying you being here?
Yeah, that's what I mean. DLL was one of the earliest Toad fans. I was actually, Kat Murdoch was too. She, I think Toad was her first big mutant rank up. So I was also a little late to the party, but he's done some good things for me in Tier 3 War and, you know, pain content and against skills. So, you know, he is what he is. He's not flashy.
Toady?
He's not pretty.
I think I see Odysseus in the chat. What's up, buddy? And I promise, I'll give Toad a real shot here. The first few were real as I was trying to fill it out, and then I've been kind of screwing around. Now let's give Toad a real shot.
Yeah, and I think what I'm seeing a little bit in this try is like you're actually finishing your combos with mediums, which I think is good for gaining ground and putting more poisons on and stuff like that. So, and a lot of the gameplay that we do in MCoC is like, oh, shorten your combos and stuff. But if you do full 5-hit combos, that will help you with the spacing, I think, and it'll also put more poisons on.
Yeah, and like that's a big difference from the Danny fight, because the Danny fight was more about. I didn't time this one well. The Danny fight was more about managing your, not phase charges, but I can't think what she calls it, and tranquility. This one feels... this one, to me, feels more about, like you're saying, like the 5-hit combo, that second medium, and... I'm trying to give Toad an honest try here, so I don't want to talk too much.
Oh yeah, sure.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, this is looking good. Yeah. I may have like one more tip for you, but I'll wait to see what happens here. I don't want to mess up the flow.
You know, the other thing I think that's important to keep in mind about the various things we're seeing here is I've moved from 2 7-star rank 3s to a 6-star rank 4. So...
Wow. Oh, rank 4. Okay, yeah. I didn't realize that.
Not ascended either.
Yeah, okay. Mine is at least rank 5. I haven't ascended him yet, but even that... I mean, because there's also the combat power thing with rank 4s being less, so you get fewer special ones. Nice.
And I don't have a relic attached. I haven't missed it yet. In fact, it's actually been nice because I'm not having accidental strikers, which has been plaguing me the whole stream.
Oh yeah, that happens to me too. Like for Spider Ham, I just keep forgetting to put the relic on him every time I go in. Same thing. His would probably help too, though, with Cassie or with Ant-Man.
No, you were supposed to throw it, dude.
Uh-oh, I'm a little bit behind.
All right, kids, you were right. Ice cream for everyone when we get to grandma's.
Nice job, man. That was good. The block damage gets kind of nuts at the end with Bubble Shield too, so I was getting a little nervous, but hey, we did it. Did anybody clip that before he deletes the stream?
Yeah.
All right, did we get the Toad?
All right, Toad's not terrible. And you know, we often talk about, like, with war, one of the things was, like, you know, we'd lock ourselves in a room. I would often lock myself in that chair or the one I'm in right now. I'd lock the door. There's a door here. This is a office we built in my garage. So, like, to get here, you have to walk through my garage to here. And still, like, it felt like anytime I would sit down to do a war fight, someone would need me. There'd be a knock at my door, screaming from upstairs, just something would happen. And wouldn't you know, like, about a minute ago, I could hear my wife, like, open the garage door, and I could hear I think she's wearing heels or something. I could hear her, like, walking. I was like, no, God, please no. Please, God, no. Please, no. But it was, like, in the back of my head. And then, as you said, the bubble shield, I did one more block bait, like you talked about, like, try to basically parry him in hopes of the block for the heavy bait. Took off what looked like 13% health. And
yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, I was like, that was our last one, boys. We've got no more. We've got no more of those to do.
Yeah, I was thinking of saying something, but you were like in the zone, and I was like, just let him cook, guys. He's got this. So that was sick. Nice job, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. This literally feels like the golden days of my channel, and I mean that, like, in a really, really positive way. Like.
Yeah, good times, man. I feel like the summertime, like, you and I both like to go on vacations and stuff. So, like, the YouTube, at least for me, it cools down a ton. You were still cranking out a lot, but, like, yeah, now that it's like school year again,
there was that
got a little bit more free time.
There was that summer where DLL and I would stream. It felt like almost every day, but that was like knee deep in COVID, the pandemic, and so I think we were both doing that just so we could mentally not go insane. You know?
Oh yeah, I think that's kind of when I first, like, met you guys too. So that I remember those streams a lot. That was good times. I mean, not good times for pandemic, but
I know what you
for
mean.
MCoC. Yeah.
Don't worry, everybody. Campo was not like a secret pandemic enjoyer. The good old days of social isolation. Yeah, like, if DLL was on call, this would be like the full-on golden era. But I know the man's got work. I appreciate him being here. MSD's trying the Toad fight right now. MSD's probably like, with my 5-star rank 3, I did it in only 2 minutes. I wonder why Vega took so long. Let's see. We might have missed some questions there because I was focused pretty hard on that. Nah, everyone's just having a good time.
Oh, Rintra. Rintra would be pretty rough, I think, because the ruptures themselves don't do a lot of damage. Or wait, is that his debuff? I haven't played Rintra in forever.
Shoot, I completely forgot to write down the timestamps of when we switched from one thing to the other. Yikes. All right, I'll have to go back and do that. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud there. All
good. So with Kushala, I found this, like, crazy Zen rhythm with her. I don't know if you want me to share, or if you want to just kind of experiment first.
Please. I think one thing that, and this is cool because it gives us a chance to talk about Kushala, who I love talking about, is I only have this, my 7-star rank 3 is only a SIG 20. So, you can see I have a very low chance of placing passives, which my understanding, or just from watching the fight, will add a significant layer of difficulty. I've seen a lot of people say 6-star, SIG 200 is superior. for fights like this. But after that, yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say, please.
Yeah, I personally, I have a 7-star, actually just duped her, which I'm super pumped about, but I also had an Ascended Sig 200 6-star, so I used her. And aside from that, you can still do plenty of damage. It's just only when Frenzy's happening, because then you'll still do the regular Incinerate, so you're still fine. It's just going to take a little longer.
Okay.
But I found to keep her blessings up, I basically would parry the shockwave that would come toward me on the special one, and that would give her like the longer duration of her blocking spell. And then if you dash out at the last second, you can heavy counter the special one when he does the melee hit. So like I got into this rhythm of constantly parrying the special and then punishing the special, so that the first 2 spells were just up like all the time, and then it would just be about landing an intercept every once in a while. So that would be my pro tip. If you can, you obviously have to watch out for Bubble Shield, but because she will basically regenerate most of the block damage, it works out pretty well. And then I just kind of did like light combos and threw special ones. I didn't worry about the Soul Barb. I just kind of threw Incinerates and went that way. But it felt awesome. Like this was one of my first times using her like in a fight that I think she's pretty much designed for. Cool to see some of the passives are sneaking through even with the low sig.
Oh no! No!
Oh man, the spacing.
Yeah.
That looks good to me though. I don't know. That was a sick first try though. Holy.
Thanks. And guys, we're just gonna revive and get it done. I play her very aggressively when I'm feeling good. And you saw it bite me there because I go for those medium intercepts. It's very feel based. And without that big blunder, that's why you probably shouldn't do it, is without that big blunder, that's an easy solo. Even with the... but remember, this is 7-star rank 3, and we're boosted because of the 6-star rank 4 Toad. So we're just going to revive and finish this off. The spacing on the special. And Campo's advice was like dead on. The special one's the better one to bait if you can. Parry you said it's like the lightning attack, right? I feel like that's what that was.
Yeah, I called it a shockwave, but whatever, it's the same thing.
Yeah, whatever it was. And then you kind of have to like measure it up. And even on that heavy that was just short, there was a part in it that was like, I think I might need to do the light to close the gap. It feels very much based on maybe where you are on the map or something like that. Yeah.
That was fun to watch though, man, because like I know you have so much content on Kushala that like she's one of those champions that you're just super comfortable with her mechanics.
Yeah.
Because that was just obvious, like and it's the thing you say on your tier list all the time about the champions that you love and you play the most, you're gonna have the best results with. So that was cool to see in person.
Like you can see how much I can feel. Let's put it that way. I can feel how much more comfortable I am with intercepting with her. And like, you know, well, we were talking about how hard the intercepts were for me earlier on this fight, you know. She also has that really cool built-in mechanism, though, which is why landing your heavy is important for her.
Oh, the aggression or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this fight was such a great showcase of her kit, like especially super high sig. There was a time when I had like 9 passive incinerates on, and I was just like, man, this is exactly what this sig ability is supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And wasn't the sig ability kind of like your idea? Like the shrugging thing? Didn't you mention that? Yeah.
And that's really cool that you know that, or that you remember that. Thanks.
Yeah.
So we have the science objective that it seems that most people feel that's the one that they are having the most success with. So I don't. Maybe we'll try to get to it. Let's do this real quick, and then we'll see if we can even think about the science objective. Is when we first started out, DLL was like, he looks like he's not in the chat anymore. He probably had to get back to work. He was super gracious, and one of the things we talked about at length was, this is DLL's design. This isn't my chance to be a designer for the day. This wasn't like take your kid to work day and you're like, sure, honey, drive the truck. And like, it's a bad idea. And it was like, he's like, but, is there anything you're interested in? I was like, look, obviously I'm going to want to play her a ton. I love this character, which is why he even brought the idea up. He knows that I was a massive fan of the character. She doesn't have a huge run in the comics, but I've bought the comics and the, version 1 and the whole thing, right? I won't go into all of that. And I was like, I really enjoy playing Battlegrounds. It's a mode that I do enjoy. And so I would love someone that I could use in Battlegrounds. And then I do really enjoy War. At the time, I would think I don't think I was at Fort Loki anymore. I think I was at SSX. And I was like, so someone that I could use there, And he's like, cool. And then every once in a while, he left it open for me to give ideas, right? But he was already full on in his, like, where he's going. He's like a locomotive. Like, he knows where he's going and he's going. And it's like, hey, any chance we could make some of the damaging stuff passive? And like almost immediately after typing that, I was like, you can't. Like, she's doing so much damage. She's a miss. Like, come on, And I, because of the way Discord works and the way some people have said it, I was like, okay, I can't delete the message because it's probably going to show in his notifications. But I was like, almost seconds later, I was like, I know that's too much. Like, please disregard said message. And then he found like a really cool way, I think, because he plays such high tier war, to have it kick in significantly more, right, against, I believe it's Cosmic Champions, which was kind of like an intended target.
Yeah.
But you still
like
saw
Cosmics on Masochism or whatever, right? Like if there's a Cosmic on one of those Conflictor or Masochism nodes.
Yeah, there it is.
Tough. Yeah.
Doubled against Cosmic Champions. To be honest, and like I said, he's probably not listening. I think she's one of those like phenomenal. There's a goal, and then you're going to get rewarded for doing things. Because if you look at it, it's not like you're just face Cosmics and like automatically they're passive. it's per her blessings. So that's why the other reason Campbell's advice was so good was because not only were you baiting the special ones, which is causing more damage to happen in that particular fight, but you're also getting a chance to well-timed block and land a heavy, which are 2 of her blessings. So you're increasing your likelihood of getting the passives as well too. It is slightly more skilled play, but I mean, you saw me do it like almost right away, right? So yeah. And then Akbar's a really smart player. I saw them right in the chat. Like, there's just no substitute for being comfortable with the champion, and there really isn't. DLO is here. There he is.
He's just there. Yeah, he's always listening.
We will quickly do. It's got to be Spider-Ham, right? Spider-Ham's got to be the best for this.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. I mean, Cassie sounds awful because of also being buff immune, so you can't use spite to your favor. Like, I don't know about that. And then, like I said, I think there's a way for Spider-Punk to work, but the problem is you're never going to get to your special 2, so you can only rely on the I forget what it's called, his Sig ability, where they keep throwing special 1s and it puts ruptures on him, and that doesn't amount to a lot of damage. So yeah, long story short, I don't know who else besides Spam.
Joe fixed it, which I'm surprised it's not Eris must not be anymore because it's Old Man Easy saying it. DLL, Vega admits to rigging S.O.S fight. DLL, I rig a lot more than that, my friend.
Man,
that is just the tip of the iceberg.
Right, the secret Illuminati meetings where we actually control Kabam. Yeah, right. Okay.
I saw MSC type the word encore. Is he talking about Spider-Punk?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of the passives, but yeah, they're called encore passives. But yeah, I tried it, and it was not amounting to very much damage. But I mean, as a former Spam enjoyer yourself, I think that he's definitely the way to go.
Let's give it a go. This is one of those fights that seems so counterintuitive to me, like, to do this, but then it, like, once I get over the initial hump of it, it's like, oh no, I get it. This is making sense. I am a terrible Mr. Negative player. Like, the way you saw me play Weapon X and Danny, and then like have it, and then have it again, and then do it a third time, and that's about where we'd get with Mr. Negative. So I would learn very little from doing it as far as like having actionable, good advice for people. All right.
So what is it? Medium attacks are the things that could put the power stings on. So yeah, I guess it's just like medium ending combos, and
this feels very similar to how I approached the Toad fight, to be honest.
Yeah, probably, because you got to just get him into frenzy, and then it's just like pray for good RNG.
The thing with not only do you have class disadvantage here, the other thing that will hurt Spider-Ham's like natural play style, where Toad it just like felt perfect for his play, is I believe Spider-Ham, I don't remember the exact number, has an increased chance to apply the Porker Poppers when the opponent is stunned.
Yes, that's, I think, his Sig ability to, it becomes defensive with the Sig, but yeah, in his base kit, that's true. Yeah, for my rank 1, I kept messing out because it was taking forever, so hopefully once you get him into frenzy, things will start going. And I think there is a way to like let your evade happen when you dash back and hold block at the end of his special 1, so that you go unblockable for a second, and then that also increases your chance. But so you can mess with that. Now that his true accuracy is gone, that would be the only other like possible skill thing to do here.
You jumped that up a level of skill with Spider-Ham that I do not possess, my friend. But that sounds great. And you know what's funny is I love Spider-Ham. I've been a big fan for quite a while. And I think you finally just kind of told me a bit of a secret on how to utilize that portion of his kit, maybe offensively. That I've always wondered. I was like, there's got to be a use for this, and I've never actually figured it out.
Yeah, it's like it's super risky to do it on combos because if they just keep wailing at you, then you're gonna probably get hit. But I feel like if you use it for the last hit of a special attack, then it leaves them open to retaliate. So like, if you wanted to mess with it, I don't want to like mess up your try here, but it would be like when he does his melee smash. If you have the evade ready, you'll auto evade that as long as he doesn't have true accuracy up, which he's gonna get soon because of frenzy being over. But either way, I don't think that's even worth trying too much. It's just another thing I discovered.
Oh man. Just me getting a little lazy and a little tired. This fight feels very, as far as the like approach to it, it feels incredibly similar to the approach with Toad, to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the second medium is a big deal. You're wanting to kind of control the power. It's obviously not as quite as fast as the Toad fight, but once you get him into frenzy, you're doing some pretty massive damage.
Yeah, that's looking good.
Because I think, and I'm saying this, Campo, I know you remember this, but I'm saying this for anyone who's tuning in or watching on playback. Remember that was a 6-star rank 4 Toad, unascended, and the Kushala was a rank 3 7-star, and the Spider Ham is a rank 2 7-star. So they're not the same thing.
Yeah, and also class disadvantage and stuff.
Yeah. We're just gonna revive and finish this off. I don't think there's any further like thing to learn here from this. This feels very. Again, anyone watching back, I think you're Indian mediums. You're paying attention to Mole Man's power. You're kind of paying attention to tranquility. Try not to get discouraged when you're doing very little damage because all your porker poppers are being removed. I think I made a mistake on an SP1 evade or an SP2 evade there, which is why I lost so much health. Without that,
yeah, and I mean, you're kind of playing with fire too, because you need him in frenzy, but when he's in frenzy, he's got guaranteed crits and bleeds. So it's sort of like getting hit is rough. Whereas you wouldn't necessarily like intentionally push Mole Man to frenzy in battlegrounds or something. Here you have to. So it's like a little bit playing with fire. CCP member reveals getting hit is rough. Yes, that's what we learned today on stream.
Essentially, what you want to do is hit them while simultaneously avoiding getting hit yourself. That's the secret.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it with any champion. It's just 90% damage reduction, so you can just keep going. This will be like that Mysterio from Act 6 all over again.
No, not that. Please don't talk about that ever again.
I wonder how many people were around for that and would, recall what we're talking about.
Dude, I mean, we've been playing this game for so long, and you might be aware, but I'm contemplating a video. And in it, I want to bring it up as a source of comfort, hopefully, to people. But some people who are playing the game at the time might have bad memories. So, but it's definitely well, back in my day, we had this problem, So yeah. Isn't it like it was the Sinister, right? Like I remember feeling like I had to have Gladiator Hulk, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was an EMP. Was it EMP modification?
That's
And
yeah.
or no, what's the one where you need the Fury buff and the poison? It was that one. I can't think of the name of that node right now because I'm old.
And it was, I want to be very clear, I'm not stealing your idea. I just don't remember who said it, and I apologize. But we were having a discussion about Crucible, because I loved Crucible, and we were having a good discussion about, like, how many ideas, like, just immediate things we could think of. We're like, oh, they could just do this with Crucible, they could just do that. Like, if they took the format of reutilizing various bosses and stuff, and it was someone who even someone did. It sounds like something Aiden would say. To be honest, was like they could just use the pre-nerf Act 6 bosses.
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
that would be interesting.
You know, we could go through it one by one because there might be some where you're like, no, you like that boss is too punishing without synergies or something. But I remember thinking like, that'd be cool. That'd be really, really cool. Like,
you know what? I don't know if you remember this, but there were some. Act 6 had some mini bosses that were like really hard. Like I remember there was a domino with selective time stream that was like the last fight before the boss, and like those were some of and there was like a man thing somewhere in there. I don't fully remember, but like just the fight right before the boss was sometimes like even harder than the boss itself, and it was like just totally nuts. I can't believe we did that.
There's an element
with like
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, no, it's just like thinking about the lack of complexity and counters that existed back then too, where there was like one champion that could do it and stuff. Yeah, it was nuts.
I mean, like, I think it's really important to keep it all in perspective, because I feel like that Act 6 was part of what caused so much of the community to say like the game's becoming too niche to pay to win, because you like had to go out and get these certain champions, and it feels like Kabam then like. And again, I don't know any of this. It's just the way it felt and appeared. Was like Kabam's like, okay, they made story content way less niche to kind of counterbalance that and take that feedback into account. But then over the last like 5 years, the game has grown tremendously. And so now I think it makes sense that a lot of us are saying like, hey, make story content maybe a little bit more challenging, or like this Crucible is really cool because we're getting to use a variety of our rosters. So it no longer feels like we had to go and get X, Y, and Z champion. It's feeling more like, cool, I get to use X, Y, and Z champion who I'm not frequently using in Battlegrounds or in War or somewhere else. Like, that's my opinion. Yeah. I would love to hear yours on it, like on that, if you got time.
Yeah. No, I think when I in your Crucible video, like the thing that stuck out to me was sort of the forced hand of like needing to essentially build a deck for story content. Like you had to come up with 30 odd champions to get through this, and it is really fun to use some of those champs that, you know, maybe you just rank them up for one season of Alliance War, or they were new and you thought, oh, it'd be fun to just rank 5 this 6-star champion, and then now you have a reason to use them. Like I used so many 6 stars in the Crucible because it was like, hey, I remember this champ, I haven't used them in a while, and that was fun, man. Like that was probably the first time I used Lady Deathstrike in like a year when I did the Weapon X fight, and it was stuff like that. It was really fun.
You know, my example for that for me was Ironheart. I actually really like Ironheart. I think she's really well made. I think she's got purpose. I don't think she's as overall good as Omega Sentinel. I really like Omega Sentinel, but I will admit that I think Omega Sentinel's a champion I enjoy playing. So I find uses for her where someone else could probably get semi-similar results depending on what's going on with a different champion. But I really like playing Omega Sentinel, right? And for me, Ironheart feels very similar. Like they're powerful, they're good, they have uses. Like Simula is shown Ironheart, and I can get why people would want her to be a little better here or there, whatever, that's fine. But she's a good champion. And I have her at like rank Sig like 40, I think, due to Titan pools. I just never play her. She's just there, right? And
yeah.
I don't like hate her. I just never play her. And there was a node where like the debuffs didn't even stay, but like applying the debuffs was part of what the node was asking you to do. I don't remember the fight. I don't remember who it was. And I was like, I'm using Ironheart, and I had a great time playing her. And I thought it was cool. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I actually used her too. I have a rank 2 7-star Ironheart, and it was something like, I think it was the Spider Witch fight maybe, where like it had reverse controls, chaos inversion, and she's immune to reverse controls. And then yeah, there was just something about like the tracking debuff helped on that one too, I think. I have to look back at my notes on it, but
Yeah.
I definitely found a niche use for her, and it felt cool to bring her out.
And then Mr. Belding's bringing up about like how hard Act 6 was. He's like, Vega, tell him about having to walk to school barefoot in the snow uphill both ways. And and he's right. But what he's forgetting is that in Act 6, you were only allowed to use one of your thumbs. That's they implemented some technology.
And it was your left thumb.
Yeah.
If you were right-handed too, right?
Yeah. And if you were left-handed, they knew it, and you had to use the right side of the screen. Guys, you have no idea how bad it was for us. It was bad. It was bad. Us old grizzled veterans.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been playing the game since it was in portrait mode. Yeah. Yeah. No, just
All right. This is cool. This is cool that this came in. The correction, it didn't make it in time for my video, but I think it's worth a timestamp in this here stream. And if hopefully you've seen my video, I think it's excellent. I'm in it a lot. And all right, either you get my sense of humor and found that funny, or you're like, wow, he's a real jerk. But let's go over these. And you know that of course we want the tier 4 alpha. I will never be upset about the tier 4 alpha. But we so badly need that champion selector. There's a 0.06% chance of it happening.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that was in the crystal, but that makes sense. It was last year.
Yeah, I mean it's like it is. I say the term stupidly low, not to mean that I think it's unfair or stupid that Kabam put it as that low of a percentage. I mean stupidly low in the like figurative sense of like so insanely unlikely. Okay. I'm starting to try to get more precise when I say things like that because it's so easily misinterpreted. So I don't know why I'm feeling lucky. I think I got Campo on call and we're having fun. Oh my goodness. All right. I mean, this is good. Don't get me wrong. I think I realized over the course of the crystals, I got a full 7-star crystal and a half of a whole other one. And when my Crystal Cornucopia video comes out, you'll see it turned into a very, very nice pool.
Yeah, the 7-star shards aren't bad for sure. 6-star shards, however, never a fan of pulling those, and I got those a ton.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was more like, why are you in here?
I think I got the tier 4 alpha like 3 times, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's decent odds. I was also pretty bad about remembering to claim these things. Like I didn't set alarms or anything, so I know I missed a ton of them. Some of our friends are probably like super on it, and they were like getting up at 3 a.m. to open them and stuff. I was like, hey, if I get 1 or 2 a day, I'm doing fine. I don't think I'm at the stage of my life where setting alarms for the game is a thing anymore, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat as you. I thought I got the tier 4 alpha. It was the tier 3. I got tricked.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Trixie Kabam. I totally get it. If that's what you wanted to do and set the alarms, no way in heck I was doing it. No way in heck. Those days are long gone. All right, no selector. All right.
We can open the Valiant crystals though, right?
Absolutely. And you know what else was weird is, and I haven't checked the YouTube comments. I will later today. Is at some point in the recording all of them and the process of opening them at various times, I very clearly convinced myself that I had gotten tier 4 alpha. That what's weird is it feels like it's in my, I don't know where else I would have gotten tier 4 alpha from. I don't think my Alliance scored high enough in Battlegrounds, and I know we didn't in War. I didn't buy any tier 4 alpha, so it's not like tier 4 alpha just shows up in your account. But I'm actually relatively close to a rank 3. But when I edited the video, it was very clear. There was only 4. And I was tired, and I said that. I was like, I was very tired when I went through this because I chose to make the How to Fight Serpent video. I actually made 2 videos last night, which is
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, thank you for like, because most people are like, I don't know, that doesn't sound so hard. It is not. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe I just missed it, but I like went back to do timestamps on the days and everything. I was like, I'm not seeing this, but I was convinced that I had a whole tier 4.5. But the visual evidence was very clearly. Oh, it would have been nice if that had stopped. It was very clearly that I only got one. So yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube user. I can't tell if you're joking around, man. I literally put out a how to fight serpent video last night. He is big, he is bad, and he is rough. In no part is any of that video intended to be like, see, he's easy. I can do it, so can you. It's more like he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He is tough, and you want to be prepared. And here's a variety of answers for him. So yeah, you can get him. You can get him. Oh, they trolled us twice, Campo.
Man. Yeah, the reels are so nasty in these things. They always throw the 7-star Nexus in there, but alas.
All right, let's take a couple questions, and I think we'll be tuning out here. Vega, read DLL's last. Vega question above, which is obviously just going to the thing. Vega, you bought the doubling game, yeah? Yes, I did. Is that where it came from, DLL? I couldn't remember. Yeah. I know, Mr. B, and I know that's a joke, but and Mr. B, you and I are cool. Don't worry. Because I know everyone's like, Vega deleted a message. He never does that, and I very rarely do that. But it's a joke that could get misinterpreted. I still love Mr. B. Yeah, and then I know DLL. DLL's not upset either. But the thing that I'm asking DLL was there a half a tier for alpha in the offer, and I just had forgotten? Because that sounds very much like something I would do. Like that sounds 100% like something I would do.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I got that. So I do know that I actually have a video I might be doing soon about the sort of progression again, sort of a follow-up to last year. And like, it's starting to get to the point where I'm losing track of where the tier 4A is coming in. Because, you know, when a new rank, like rank 3 shows up, it's usually very easy to be like, oh, this is how you get your first one and your second one and all that. And we're kind of at this point now where it's coming in from lots of sources. So I'm not like making fun of you because that's not what I'm trying to do, but like it is interesting to see that because I've had that same experience. Like, well, where did my 7th rank 3 come from and stuff? And it's just kind of how the game progresses. It becomes less rare to get the resource.
So 2 things, or 3. 1, I think you're 100% correct. And if I don't know if you said you were thinking about making a video on it or not, but I always love those videos from you. 2, that was so like a situation I find myself in, where I'm like, oh shoot. With me, I know you're just trying to be nice, and we're on YouTube and there's people watching. But it's like, I don't know this person that well, and everything I'm saying is not intended to sound like I'm making fun of them. But from a certain angle, it sounds like I'm making fun of them. And the last one is, do we see rank 4 7 stars at gifting this year? Because...
Oh. Well, I have predictions. Not to cut you off, but I have a script ready to go. Yeah.
Look, I'm not looking for spoilers, but anything that you want to share, and just I want to put this on the screen. I pretty much wail on the big sales days. That is it. I bought 40 Enchantress crystals. One of the major reasons I did that is because I wanted to promo the VBC that was coming up. Ironically, I think my viewers are used to me not getting those offers at all anymore, and for a long period of time. It is one of my worst performing videos in an extremely long time. But the reason I'm bringing this up is look how many rank 3s I have. And there's still a ton of champions I want to rank 3, but to your point, I don't even know how like at least half of a tier 4 alpha even showed up in my account. And I think that kind of illustrates at least something you were bringing up. So I want to totally turn that over. anything you're comfortable sharing. At the same time, if you're like, you got to see the video, man, I'll sit.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the video.
Well, I think just like the through line without getting into the specifics is that the amount of rank threes that are available through content and not transactions. And now, to be clear, when I say transactions, I mean using units too. So I'm not just saying like free to play,
Yeah.
like, hey, I grinded 36,000 units and I bought like just content is way higher than the amount that were available of 6-star rank 3 in the first year. And then the thing with the 6-star rank 3s is there was almost a 2-year gap before we saw rank 4s. It was between 2019 and 2021. So the very longest that Kabam would ever wait to do rank 4 would be 2 years. I just think this 7-star timeline has been so compressed that it's going to happen way sooner.
I agree.
Yeah, but at the very least, I mean, tier 7 basic, which is the next resource, it's got to be showing up soon. Whether it's like a little tidbit and a little bit of offers. The thing that would be crazy though is if in the grand banquet it was one of the drop rates in the RNG crystals, because that could get out of hand if there was like 1% of a tier 6 basic, and then the way you get your first rank 4 is buying 100 billion of them. But I don't. That's the thing that's puzzling me is like, how is it going to be released? Are we going to see gems first, like we did with rank 3 gems? So there's a lot to consider, and that's kind of what I'm scripting in my video.
So I like everything you just said. I'm following on it, and I'm thinking of, like I'm thinking of the way Crash kind of like talked about, even like you said, like the grand banquet. It's not even the banquet anymore. It's the grand one. The 10-year anniversary. I think everyone knows this, but it might not be something that you have like present in your minds. 7 stars go up to rank 6. And so I agree that the ranking up cadence, I guess let's call it, does feel more accelerated, definitely than 6 stars. But there's an extra rank. And I feel like we heard 6 stars. I feel like it. Maybe this is me reading between the lines. That Kabam maybe felt like 6 stars maybe had a longer life of dominance, let's call it, than they would have liked. And the transition to 7s has felt very smooth to me in comparison from the transition from 5 to 6s. I don't know. And I'm not looking to scare anyone, please. Like, I realize the community does not need another heart attack today, so I'm not looking to do that. But I'm gonna give you one anyway. Is if at the end of the grand banquet, between 1 and like 10 people have enough to rank for 1 7-star, they're spending like, I don't know how much money. I won't be shocked, and I'm preparing myself for it. I'm not going to even say I'm going to be okay or not okay. I think it's too early for that sort of thing. But I am preparing myself for it and trying to remind myself, like, okay, that's 10 people playing a game that like millions of people are playing. Okay, I'm okay. So yeah.
And whenever we see that, there's, at least for the last several rank ups, there's always been a follow-up with some content that almost like everyone and their brother can get if they play hard enough. Like the first rank 5 6-star was Banquet 2022, and then January 2023 was EOP Karina's number 3, where everyone got their first rank 5 gem. And that's when you ranked Hulkling, right? So that was, you didn't get it from the banquet, but like less than a month later, you had your first rank 5. So like anytime we see the whaliest of all whales get their rank, it usually means content's right around the corner. And that sort of cadence has really put my mind at peace about the acceleration of the game, is that there's usually that follow-up.
Yeah, and real quick, it looks like they're probably already gone, but I hope everything's okay. It's writing in chat. Gotta go. Emergency is hope everything is okay, and we'll check in on Pablo soon on the Discord server. And I very much agree with everything you're saying, because one, you're like saying facts too, right? Like I can't argue the fact, like that literally happened. And for me, it's part of why I felt so okay with even like bumps in the road, mistakes, like Crash even said, like, hey, this one thing felt like a mistake. We learned from it and we'll move on. Is I feel like the ultimate spirit of the way they're running the economy feels really, really good. And they're not always going to hit everything perfectly. But I feel like the people like making the decisions, I like where they're at, and I'm enjoying the game. Because there have been times where it feels like just outlandish gaps have been created. Yeah, I hope you make the video because I'd be really, really pumped on it. And I think it's Min has actually brought a really cool idea to me yesterday. And we'll talk about that offline. But it is a really, really cool idea. So I kind of want to explore that. And Campo, you immediately came to mind as a person who monitors things and a bit of a historian on the game. So is there anything else in chat that we should do? And I should go because I got a little one to. She's okay, and she's old enough where like she's probably watching a TV show. It's fine. It's always that line with kids where you're like, I don't want to make being home from school fun when you're sick, but at the same time, I don't expect you to be doing homework and outside playing. So I should do that, and then I got to get to actual work. Oh, there's Min right there. Dude, this happens so much. It's almost like I think our brains are like out of the corner of your eye. You kind of see something, like you're driving, and like you kind of see a billboard, but you didn't look at the billboard. I feel like that must happen because this happens so much. It's like someone comes into mind. I start talking about them, and then I'll be like, oh, they wrote a message.
I think you summoned them. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else, bud? Can we expect any more? I can't think of his name. Venompool. Can we expect any more Venompool videos soon?
Oh, maybe. I did record some gameplay just like in Act 7 and 8 just to kind of show his utility. And man, if they have armor ups, it's just like a fiesta with this guy. It's totally crazy. Like his regen is so silly. But I think I may be able to. I'm starting to get back into making videos again, which typically happens for me in like August and September. So I do have some footage for some gameplay if the people want to see it. But yeah, it was definitely fun to rank 3 him and not feel the pressure of like Alliance War and things like that to dictate rank ups because he's just like pure fun. And that's what I loved about it.
That's what it's like. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I do got to go as much as I'd love to sit and chat more and more and more. I really appreciate you joining the call. I appreciate everyone joining the chat, helping out, and kind of grasping what we're trying to do here as far as let's have some fun. Let's show some different things to people. And then we ended up with, I think we got a, did we ever get a solo? I think we did.
Yeah, Toad.
Oh,
didn't we get Toad?
Yeah. I walked right into that one. I deserve that. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. We'll catch you all really, really soon. Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's when the streaming is. We're having a blast. And I'll try to show up to Kabam's live stream tomorrow, watch it with y'all. And then if I have time, I'll do like a stream coverage of it, and we'll hang out and all that stuff. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thanks, y'all, for being here. Everyone in the chat. And, of course, Campo for joining the call. This was a blast, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.